So I'm Zeon.
And I'm Dr. Aggro.
And Rogue One was a movie.
Yes.
It happened.
Yeah.
It was part of Disney's expanded Star Wars canon on episodic films. Our first foray into this.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good.
I disagree. I disagree completely. Okay, so, so you thought it was pretty good. Let me just state right now. I don't think it's bad. I'm going to clear. I want to make sure everyone fucking understands this. I do not think this is a bad movie, and I don't dislike it. That being said, I also don't think it is a good movie, nor do I particularly like it. It just kind of exists. It's there, and it doesn't offend me. It doesn't. I don't think it's. There's nothing like egregiously bad in it. It is there, and all right. So there you go. Everyone can calm their tits. I am not necessarily hating on this film, though I am going to lob some criticisms at it. That's probably going to make it seem like I hate this movie, but not really. It's serviceable. So you thought it was pretty good. This is probably like one of the few times. Actually, I think it's like the first time we've recorded where we've had like
I think
specific difference.
You and I probably have very similar opinions of this movie. It's just what it amounted to. I think was pretty good.
Okay.
Because it was everything I wanted this movie to be, which was not bad.
Okay, I mean, if that is your standard for good. Like, if you have to,
it was a movie where it was a Star Wars movie in which nothing offensive happens, and they didn't make any really terrible overarching decisions, and there were cool-ass shots of walkers and shit.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's
okay.
That was my baseline. That's what I wanted. That was pretty good.
Like when I saw the trailer for this, I was just like, oh, that looks good. Oh, okay, excited. Yeah, buddy. Then I want to say 2 months ago, because I didn't really look into it. Like 2 months ago, I'm like, oh, Gareth Edwards is directing. Oh no. Okay, so Gareth Edwards seems to be a director whose films seem to be very praised, and I think he's a talentless hack. Or at least, okay, he's not a talentless hack. He's an amazing cinematographer. He is a shit filmmaker. That motherfucker can capture an image and it looks great. Having anything with structure or pacing or, characters...
So we're talking about the Zack Snyder problem.
Yes. Like, Zack Snyder, though, like he knows how to, because he knows how to pace things. He knows how to pace action. And he knows how to, really build a moment. Gareth Edwards just throws things on the screen that look nice. He's more like... He's like indie Michael Bay.
Is he French?
I don't think so. I think he's just American. He's one of those fucking... He's one of that crop of, indie directors. He had, this one hit, became, this fucking critical darling, and then people were just like, here, make these other movies. So he started off with his fucking indie film, Monster, which, got all that indie critical praise. And I was like, oh, alright, well, I'm always down for, up-and-coming indie directors creating some sort of, new, interesting film. I watched it, it was fucking garbage. He's one of those directors, at least especially with that film and his follow-up, Godzilla 2014, he thinks he thinks his movies are smarter than they actually are. So I guess that is kind of the Zack Snyder problem. Because I want to say it's like Michael Bay because he knows how to capture that image, but Michael Bay knows he's making stupid schlock, whereas
Michael Bay hates you and himself, and really humanity principally, and Michael Bay makes his films as hateful indictments of mankind.
Yeah, so like I said, he knows how to capture an image and stuff, and it looks nice, and he thinks his movies are smarter than they actually are. He thinks he's saying usually something really profound. I can't really say that with this one, because I don't feel like this movie was saying anything. Nor were there any characters have, because usually his first two movies, he had these flat fucking archetypal characters. Hell, they were like cardboard cutouts of archetypes. in his first two movies. So I was kind of expecting that, which, I mean, it's Star Wars, so you can kind of get away with that. You know, I mean, hell, really, I mean, you know, a lot of Star Wars, you know, like, some of the most beloved characters are just kind of stock archetypes that are just really charismatic and have good actors and, you know, some good lines behind them. So I was just like, all right, so maybe, like, yeah, he can pull this off, and he didn't even have that. Like that's the thing. Like, I feel like nothing in this movie, like the story is just kind of, like, I don't think there's anything particularly intriguing about it, because it's just, you know, it is just that bare bones. We're gonna go, like, we need send some people to get these plans for the Death Star. They get the plans for the Death Star. They set it up to, like there's a whole bunch of shit that happens, like, leading up to that. But I feel like it's kind of inconsequential.
Well, the movie, its main plot has the problem of we all know how it's going to end. Because of that, there's no payoff. And a lot of that stems from there aren't character arcs in this movie.
Yeah, like nobody has a character. Oh yeah, no one has a character arc. But I think you need a character, because, okay, one of the very few critics, because I've noticed this film gets, like, a lot of positive reviews lately. And one of the few criticisms I heard was from Red Letter Media, Half in the Bag. They said that K2SO, like, you know, his kind of snarky demeanor didn't really fit with the rest of the grim tone of the film, that it was jarring. I disagree with that. His character feels out of place because the soulless robot is the only one with fucking character. That is it. Like everyone else, like you can't tell me jack shit about, like, Jyn Erso.
No, she's not a character.
Yeah. And the rest of the characters, I can't even be bothered to remember their names because they weren't the main character and they weren't K2SO. So, yeah, you have, you know, Smuggler, Han Solo Light.
Wasn't a smuggler.
I know, right? He was like the captain.
Yeah, he was Captain something.
Yeah, he was Captain What's-Her-Fuck.
Captain Broody Pants.
Yeah. So you had, like, you know, the captain, you had the monk, you had the heavy, you had the imperialist pilot. Were there any other actors who were playing roles that were supposed to be characters?
I mean, Forrest Whitaker was doing the shit out of whatever that guy was doing.
Yeah. Oh, I found out, like, that guy, he's apparently from the fucking Clone Wars cartoon.
Mm.
Like, that guy's, like, from the Clone Wars cartoon, and he shows up again in, like, the Rebels animated series. So, yeah, like he is apparently, like, a pre-established animated character. But, so, okay, now that you brought up Forrest Whitaker, man, this movie had a shit ton of, like, reshoots. Because I was watching the trailers again. There's a lot of clips in those trailers that are just not in that fucking movie. But Forrest Whitaker, his scenes in the trailers, he's bald and kind of just slightly grizzled instead of bearded. So, like,
yeah, I imagine there was a lot more stuff of him and Jyn Erso.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, it's like a lot of, it's clearly like the same scenes, or not like the same scenes, but like the same setting and stuff that you saw him in when him and Jyn, like, interact, like, in the middle or like near the end of the first act. Does this movie have acts? It
has parts.
Yeah. So yeah, like when they're leaving the exploding planet, like that whole, like, when they're there, like if you look at the trailer, like, Forrest Whitaker's character has, like I said, like, he's bald and, like, grizzled, so, like, they completely, like, reshot all of his scenes at some point. I don't know why so much of this film got reshot. Rumors say there's, like, 40% of it's been reshot, which is a crazy fucking amount if true. Like, I feel like maybe Gareth Edwards it up a little too much.
From what I hear, Gareth Edwards was attempting to Gareth Edwards, and the studio came in and went, "You stop doing that."
Yeah, like, I'm assuming that's what had happened, because that's kind of, yeah, because you can't really let that man run wild with your franchise. Like, so I am glad that they kind of reeled him in, and like, there isn't a lot of, like, there is one moment where, like, because I kept thinking Jyn and the captain were gonna kiss, and I was just like, don't you fucking do it. Don't you, because that's the type of fucking hacky bullshit. Like, he had two characters in Monster, had, like, the exact same fucking, like kind of antagonistic dynamic between them, and then they're just in love by the end of it. And I was just like, you didn't build or earn that at all. And I thought he was going to do that again today, and I swear, somewhere in the fucking Disney vaults, hidden away, They have a fucking scene of them kissing. I fucking know it. Because there are like 2 scenes where it just looks like it's about to happen and they cut away right before. There's a fucking extended scene of that. I know it.
A lot of this movie's structural problems really come down to Jyn Erso. Jyn Erso is pointless. Her relationship with her father is pointless.
Yeah.
Her relationship with Sol Guerrera could have been interesting, turns out to be pointless.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that really is kind of like everything that... Because the story revolves around her, but like nothing really amounts to anything. Like, we don't know anything about her dynamic with her father whatsoever.
So there's no characters, there's no setup, so there's no payoff for anything.
Yeah.
That whole huge detour to Sol Guerrera was interesting, and it would have been great if the movie had anything to do with that after that. But no, that was just so they could play the message that he sent to Sol Guerrera instead of her, which would have built an interesting dynamic between her and her father. But they didn't. They detoured to Sol Guerrera, and then Sol Guerrera went away, and then the movie conked back over here to this track.
Yeah. It's just... God, and Sol Guerrera feels like this weird tacked-on piece of the film.
It does,
like,
but he could have been fascinating. The idea of his character is fascinating. A guy too brutally militant for the Rebel Alliance, so they just sort of cut ties with him, and, but we need him for this mission. That would have been a fascinating movie.
Yeah. I feel like this movie also has too many characters in Rogue One, like part of the Rogue One team, because, like, you know, we were talking about, like Jyn and the Captain don't need to be separate characters. They could have just been the same character. Hell, K2SO could have been fucking Jyn Erso's robot. Like, and that way I think would have worked just fine. Like, really, like, the monk and the heavy, like supposedly they were trying to, like, capture, like, you know, this kind of Han and Chewbacca, like buddy dynamic between them. I didn't get that at all. I mean, I got that they were buddies, like, they know each other, but I don't know anything about them. I know the monk's profession, like, or his former profession. That's about it. That's the closest thing he has to a character is his profession. And he says a couple of snarky lines.
I mean, but like I said, Donnie Yen showing up to do Blind Master is worth the price of admission.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I feel like if you'd gotten rid of the heavy, like, maybe it would have been better, or maybe if the heavy had been integrated. Like get rid of the captain, put the heavy in the captain's place, and have...
Like, a little bit of shuffling of roles would have done, but, like, between the enormous amount of characters that didn't get enough screen time because, God, you know they're fascinating, but we just couldn't play with them. And the weird, clunky way the story moved, this was a video game. Or, really more accurately, this was a pen and paper RPG. That's how the story went, and that's what the characters seemed like. And, like, when you're playing it week to week, you wouldn't have noticed how weird and disjointed and pointless some of the story was. And, you know, all the characters would have been fine, because it's you and your friends, and it takes place over a couple of years.
Huh. So what I'm hearing is that this probably should have been like a 6-season series.
Yeah, this should have been a series. This should have been a Netflix series.
Yeah. Oh, man, where the hell is that?
These were all the characters for a long-ass fantasy adventure.
Yeah.
But they didn't get to go on an adventure.
Yeah.
They got to go on a single base assault. Which, you know... was really cool, and then, like, the U-Wings were cool.
Oh, man, the fucking U-Wings!
The fucking, like, the walkers show up like T-Rex out of the smoke, and that shit... When this movie is working, it's delightful.
Oh,
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, let me just say, like, because, once again, it's the Gareth Edwards, the shots. Like, you know, like, when you see the fucking AT-ATs lumbering out of the fucking fog, and it's just like, oh, shit, because, like, you've never seen them that menacing. You've seen them from the perspective of, like, you know, from, like the X-Wings, or, you know, just, like, you know, flying around them and stuff. They're just, like, another piece of this war. Here, they're, like, fucking monsters. And it's just like, oh, no, the AT-ATs are here. We're fucked. Like, that was, like you felt the loom and scale of them. And that's something that, like, you know, that's something that Gareth Edwards does well. Like, yeah, he does scale well. Like, he did that really well with fucking Godzilla as well. You know, like, Godzilla felt massive and huge for, like, the 8 minutes he was on screen. You need to see Godzilla, man.
I don't feel like I do. Shin Godzilla's out. All other Godzillas are wiped away.
you need to be prepared for the Godzilla expanded universe where him and King Kong fight.
God, I don't need to be prepared for that.
You need to know Godzilla's riveting backstory before he goes and fights King Kong.
So, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yes.
I like the CG puppet.
Yeah, honestly, I was fine with it. Apparently, a lot of people found him really jarring and weird, and thought
he's on screen for maybe a little too long sometimes. He's
Yeah.
too well lit sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's one of those it's CG. We can tell it's CG. It's only a couple of shots because your brain's always going, no, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. I can prove it.
Okay. Now, the thing is, though, now, do we... Okay, like when Grandma, calling him out, because that is really good CGI.
Yeah, no, they did a damn good job.
Like whenever he is not well lit and he doesn't have too many lines, like I can believe that just fucking reanimated Peter Cushing for a bit there. Just maybe felt like some old stock footage of him from episode 4.
Peter Cushing's face was weirdly cartoonishly gaunt to begin with.
Yeah. So when you see him in this. I didn't find it horribly jarring. There's a couple of scenes, like I said, he's a little too well lit, and he has a few too many lines of dialogue, where, after a bit, he's, not to make a pun of it, but he's a little too animated.
Mm.
And it's just that's not quite how he would, because that's not how Peter Cushing looked.
Is it just me, or was he 8 feet fucking tall? He was a big motherfucker. Was Peter Cushing that tall?
I mean, he was Van Helsing.
They made him a big motherfucker, and I assume they did it, for the intimidation. Oh fuck, that's Grand Moff Tarkin. But just a couple of shots, it was god damn, he's tall.
I mean, I feel like he was.
He's always standing next to Vader.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like he was almost shoulder to shoulder with Vader.
So yeah, that would account for it.
Yeah, so I feel like he was a big motherfucker.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
But yeah, so, Grand Moff Tarkin, I loved in this movie. I feel like the voice actor they got for him really sounded like him. I totally fucking bought it. Like I said, I feel he's on screen for a little too long. But even then, I was 100% fine with CGI Grand Moff Tarkin. He did not bother me whatsoever. Same thing with, and by the way, spoilers, I guess. I mean, has anyone not seen this fucking movie yet? I mean, it was fucking...
Do we ever do these without spoilers?
Right? But I guess, we should let people know in advance.
I would just assume you, put it on the...
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no.
You have a poorly run YouTube channel.
I do. I really don't care. The fact that I have as many subscribers as I do is, this weird kind of miracle. I'm because I've done so many counterintuitive actions to running a proper YouTube channel, so that's just... I guess it's a good thing I shit on Dragon Ball Super really, really well. Because, anyhow, Grandma Tarkin, and Leia, CGI Leia, I liked her. She's in there, she's on screen for, a total of 30 seconds, has one line, and she's well lit, and honestly, I bought it. Mm-hmm. I bought it immediately. I was just yeah, okay, fine, cool. She's not even on screen long enough for me to think she looked bad. And, because she didn't emote enough or anything, she didn't say enough lines, she didn't move enough. And now, I wonder, though, if I'm still going to feel this way on Blu-ray. Because Blu-ray has that nice crisp look to it that you don't quite get in the theaters. And, because I remember, what was it? Because I remember you bringing up, Iron Man's armor in Civil War. I was I didn't really notice it looking too CG-ish in Civil War. And then I watched it on Blu-ray, I'm oh. I think that looked better in the old Iron Man movies. Maybe they should just make Robert Downey Jr. just get in the fucking suit.
I don't think mankind has the budget to keep making Robert Downey Jr. get in the suit.
He's not fucking Shinji. So yeah, those things I really like. That's the thing, all the little fan servicey shit I like, and I feel like that's kind of what's latching people into actually calling this a good movie. Is they see the Star Wars iconography and they're just
well, I mean, they see the Star Wars iconography used really well. Like,
Yeah.
they rebuilt that period of Star Wars history correctly.
They did.
To the point where C-3PO and R2-D2 show up in the most, here it is, shoved in, ham-fisted cameo, and I'm like, correct. That's exactly where they would be. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Absolutely. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, it's like oh, also, can I just say, like, kudos to this movie for actually acknowledging the prequel trilogy happened. Because I mean, like, it's no secret. Actually, I don't know if we've ever met. We don't like the prequel trilogy. It's not good.
We're human, so
Yeah. I mean, we also weren't 8 when those movies came out, because apparently there's a contingency of, like, younger people who are like, the prequels were good, just as good as the originals, and it's just like,
huh?
No, it really.
Incorrect.
Yeah, no. But so I really thought that they were just going to try to, like, avoid everything, because I was just like, it happened.
But we don't have to talk about it.
It happened. And I feel like just giving some acknowledgement to events, to characters, still, like, was still, kind of needed for these films. So, like, whenever, like, fucking Vader has his Doom Castle on Mustafar, I'm like, which apparently is something that was, like, scripted and written out for, like, I think, like, Empire Strikes Back or some shit. Like, apparently he was always meant to have his fucking lava castle, like, of evil on the planet where he got horribly fucking burned. That was always, like, in his fucking lore. So I'm just like, rock on to you guys for getting that shit. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. God, fucking just seeing, like, good Vader in that fucking tank shit was great. Also, in Bail Organa showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that was, like, the other thing where I was just like, oh, hey, a prequel character. It's not Jar Jar Binks, so I'm not angry or offended. So yeah.
I'm just like, wait, is that guy the same actor that... Oh my god, it is. Oh, and he's aged lore appropriately now because of the cap filming. Holy shit.
Right? It was well done. I liked it. I like that they brought him back in. I love that line of just... It's just like, I need to go to Alderaan and let them know about the Death Star. It's just like, really? It's like I need to be here so I can die when the planet goes boom.
Fucking okay. So, and then Vader shows up.
Yes.
And there's good news and bad news about Vader.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is his neck looks weird.
Yeah. Okay. And this sounds like a really minor nitpick, and it really is. But, like, for some reason, like, because as I was, like, looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? His cape is like, tucked under his helmet, and he doesn't have the chain. That's, like, the two things. That and his chest piece looked a little weird. I don't know, like his chest piece looked like it didn't fit right.
The whole thing was weird.
Yeah, so, like from here, from the chest up, Vader looks weird. Like, his neck looks really fat, like his cape is tucked, like, under his helmet. So it's just kind of, like, poking out. Like, the bottom of his helmet's kind of poking out. It looks kind of weird. Just, he looks weird, and it doesn't look right. He looks like some cosplayer. Like, some guy bought, like, a Darth Vader suit, and, like, didn't read, like, this is the order that you put the pieces on in, and he just put it on like, yeah, I'm Darth Vader.
But the good news is, you immediately forget about that when they pan to the dark end of a hallway. Oh shit! And Vader just hallways all these fucking rebel guards. It is brutal, it is slow, it is gorgeous.
Yeah. I was really bugged that, like, he wasn't, like, just... Because I was really expecting him to just drop down and be like, okay, these rebels are bullshit now, and him just clear...
Just Tetsuo the whole hallway.
Yeah, just like, fucking... Like, I was talking about, like when they're on the planet. Like him dropping down the planet.
Yeah.
And just... I was expecting him to tear ass there. So I was just like, oh, man, like... We don't get, like, a cool Vader scene or nothing? What a fucking...
That's kind of the way Vader operates. Vader has the army to do the army shit.
Right. I was just kind of hoping that he would just come and clear house. It's like Vader, like, these rebels are really causing us some shit, and just him just clear house on them. I thought that would have been fucking great. But what we got was great, and god damn it, Gareth Edwards again. Because it's one of those things, like, You make a boring ass fucking movie, and then you fucking just you make that one fucking scene that just makes people go, oh shit, and just forget that they just watched 2 hours of boring shit because they just saw something that fucking amazing. Because, okay, I don't care if I'm spoiling this for fucking Godzilla, but like, okay, so Godzilla, boring as shit, fucking paper thin characters. The only good fucking character they kill off, well, there's just two good characters. One is Ken Watanabe, who is only there for exposition, to say things dramatically in his Japanese accent, and like look stoic, and that's it. And then fucking Bryan Cranston, who gets killed off after giving all this weight and pathos to his story to kill him off in the first act, and then the fucking story gets shipped off to his shitty ass son, who has no character and no personality. But like the movie's been boring as shit up in like for over 2 hours, and then like near the end of the fucking fight, like you actually get like the Godzilla fight. That's pretty cool. That's all right. But like it gets amazing when Godzilla grabs one of the fucking Mutos, opens its mouth, and is boom, and just fucking atomic breaths into this fucking thing's mouth, rips its head up, and chucks it across New York. I was just like, that was the best fucking cinematic moment in all of that year. And just like, and much like with that, it's just like, oh damn, that was fucking great. I fucking hate that he does that. Where it's just like, god damn it, dude, you can do cool shit. You know how to fucking just sell a moment, and you don't do it.
It's like the whole movie microcosms to Donnie Yen and the Heavy, because they're like that's a simple math problem for cool. Like that's a great character set. Throw those in a movie and it's going to do well, but they just don't. They don't pay off.
No, they don't.
Because they have that scene at the end where like, oh well, now that guy starts chanting the inane shit, and that's not a character arc. That's just trauma shock.
Yeah.
It's
okay. So the finale, like when the big third act battle happens, because I keep hearing. Because people say like, oh yeah, the movie's kind of boring until you get like, but man, that ending.
I'm not getting this. The movie is boring thing.
It's just, it's very flat. Like like you don't have those characters. There's not engaging interactions. There's not interesting plot details. I was pretty bored throughout most of it. Like Donnie Yen's cool. Like there are little sprinklings of cool in a mostly boring film. Like Forrest Whitaker, as you said, acts his ass off for like the 10
he's
minutes.
He's trying. The thing they're telling him to do is stupid, but man, he's fucking trying.
Yeah, and but yeah, like I just like,
God damn it, Saul Guerrero could have been like. I guess I need to go fucking watch all these cartoons because like even when he pulls up the respirator and it's clearly the Vader-esque respirator, I'm like, oh, what's that a metaphor for? This guy must be interesting. And he's gone.
Yeah,
he's out of the movie.
Yeah, no, yeah. He is just there. It feels like he is just there as fan service to people who have enjoyed the extended universe.
Which, you know the rule about pandering. Pandering is awful if it's not to you.
Right. I mean, like even like pandering to me sometimes I don't like whenever it's not done right. But so. Like I said, I felt like the movie was just really dry. Like I said, it just moves from beat to beat to beat, and not even just beats. It's just from scene to scene to scene. It's like like we need to go here. Like you said, it's like a D&D quest. It's just like you need to go here, and you go here, and you go here, and then there's some action. You get into a fight, and you go here, and you go here. But everyone always says like the third act, that finale, just says it when once the action hits, and it's just the most action-packed thing in any fucking Star Wars movie. And yes, it is ridiculously action-packed. And like I said, like the scale of things, it's well shot. It ain't paced for shit. Because it became like just kind of mind-numbing after a while because it's a lot of just soldiers, explosions, soldiers, fights, shooting, AT-ATs, like the planes coming in, like the fight didn't have pacing to it. It's not like I felt like like there was like a fall and rise and like tension or escalation. for like long periods of time, like the movie would like not focus on like all of like Rogue, because like all of Rogue One was off doing fucking different things in the finale, and at certain points in the movie, I was like, I haven't seen the monk for quite a while, or the heavy. Did they die? Did I miss that? Did they just get like shot and die, and then they show up like, oh, they're alive, and then they died like 2 minutes after that. But yeah, it's just like it's really like it's hard to keep track of like everything that's going on, because you don't have like a good spatial awareness of where these characters are like on the battlefield, what they're specifically doing, and how it's impacting the battle. What?
I didn't really have that problem.
Oh man, I did.
I mean, like the movie did trend toward that. I was able to keep track of most of it, but it seemed like the disillusion from a very pointed momentum to the sort of spread of this battle as it became increasingly chaotic was an intentional shape. It was an intentional design on the part of the filmmakers. That as it kept cutting back to, because it wasn't like you do this one, this one, this one, this. No, you Jyn and the Captain this one, Jyn and the Captain this one, Jyn and the Captain this one. Because Star Wars was always, like, the original trilogy was the story of, like, this one family steeped in this warrior witch cult, and we just sort of made mention of the rest of the war going on in the stars.
Yeah.
So in the final climax of this, we kept cutting back to Jyn and the Captain trying to do the single thing that was going to tie in to the main narrative, the will of the Force and all that shit, while all around there was just all this chaotic battle going on, destroying all of these other stories that could have been important, but they got swallowed by this larger conflict.
Yeah, it's just it's not about like, it gets bigger and more chaotic, and see that's the thing. Like I feel like at a certain point the chaos peaks, and it kind of just overstayed its welcome. Like, and that's my thing. It's kind of like the Transformer issue where it's a lot of just explosions, action. It's like I said, I personally found it hard to start to keep track of like where the characters were, what they were doing. Does anyone else have that problem? Did anyone else,
December of 2016, Hail Zeon says, I think too many spaceships were blowing up in this movie. Zeon, why do you hate America?
Trump's our president?
God damn it.
I mean...
As soon as I fucking said it.
Yeah, I mean...
We're doing a bit. Keep it light.
I wish this movie could have kept it light. God damn, it was so... Like, if you're like, oh, it's so dark and so gritty. It's like, guys, dark and
First of all, it's not gritty. It's
yeah.
a Star Wars movie. All right? They're not gritty. Dark, sure. Gritty.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, I wouldn't say it was gritty.
Like
it's
fucking,
grounded.
It's Jyn. Jyn is the problem.
Yeah.
With the whole first half of the movie. Like, if she and the Captain were one character, or if the Captain was just the main character, if this was about him, and him struggling to come to terms with the horrible things he has to do for a cause he believes is right, and Jyn is this character that shows up, and it's him, because, like, they have that scene where he's on the cliff, and he's like, maybe I shouldn't shoot her. Why didn't he shoot her?
Yeah, thank you!
Why didn't he do it?
Yeah, because, like...
We have no idea what he's thinking, what went on in that whole scene. If the movie was about... Yeah, I'm sorry. If the movie was about the guy instead of the chick...
Yeah. I mean, okay, so, like, he's on that fucking cliff, pointing a sniper rifle at Jyn's father, and, yeah, like, he just doesn't do it, and it's just, like, and you have no clue why, because earlier in the movie, it established, he has no problem, like, killing, like someone who's on his side.
He just cold ices motherfuckers.
Yeah, so, why does it, this kill was actually a target. He went on this mission for the sole purpose of killing this guy. For some reason, the Death Star was already fucking built.
I mean, did he have, like, is he filled with hope for a moral future? Did he not do it because Jyn's got big pretty eyes? We don't fucking know the reason.
Yeah. It's not like him and Jyn shared any moment that led to him not doing it. Because he even says, like, I didn't fire out of mine, I didn't kill him, blah, blah. It's like, why didn't you? Like, you had the shot. Like, yeah, he's just like, oh, I can't do it. It's just like, and so yeah, once again, it's characters pretend. It's like the movie that shall not be mentioned. It's characters pretending to have arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they do an action that seems grand and like, oh, this is important, but we aren't given context into why. Maybe there was something cut out. Maybe there was nothing ever filmed. Maybe it was some schmaltzy fucking bullshit. Maybe Captain just wanted to get his dick wet and thought, if I ice the dad,
right?
it's pretty, like, it's gonna kill the shot.
There are a lot of potential reasons. Some of them are good, some of them are interesting, some of them are terrible. We just don't know what any of them might have been.
Yeah.
And we don't know. We don't know any of these characters.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if this movie had just been, like, because it really is missing, like, once again, like, the movie that shall not be mentioned. Though this is much better than the movie that should not be mentioned.
Oh yeah, no, I'll fucking watch Rogue One again when it comes out.
Like, I mean, I will probably end up picking up Rogue One, adding it to my. I mean, fuck, I own the fucking prequels. I mean, I bought them in a fucking collection because I wanted a whole bunch of special features discs. But I still fucking, I haven't thrown the fucking prequel movies away. They're not coasters. They're still sitting in the box set. So. But yeah, I'll probably still end up picking this up, adding it to my collection, watching it occasionally.
Like, it's not great, but as I stated in the thesis, it's not offensive. It's not bad. It's just, it's there.
Yeah.
It's there, and it's covered in Star Wars sound effects and spaceships.
Yeah.
So it starts off like, huh, but then you just drop all the Star Wars shit out. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like, you put enough, like, glitter and tinsel on it and some lights. It's just, it's starting to feel a lot like Christmas.
I want to state that again, so it's very, very clear. It's not a good movie.
Okay.
But it's a good time. Because there are stormtroopers in it, and it's just like, it's not...
Yeah, I mean, like, really, I feel like,
it's not structurally or artistically sound. It's not a great narrative, but it's all that shit I wanted to see in this movie. And oh look, there it is on screen, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that's basically like the end of it. Like, I mean, like if it didn't have the Star Wars iconography, if it didn't have all that lore attached to it, Can we
get Luc Besson to make the next one of these?
Who's that? Oh, I don't know who Luc Besson. Don't throw me a movie. Do you not know any movies that this motherfucker has made?
I'm blanking.
Oh, wow. Can we put Paul Verhoeven on it? I mean, he hasn't done anything he hasn't done any sci-fi movies since fucking, Starship Troopers. So, man, shit, now that I think about it, fuck, now that I said that out loud, I want Paul Verhoeven to make a fucking Star Wars movie.
Yeah, you do.
Jesus Christ, that'd be so good. Let him make it R-rated. Let him go film fucking RoboCop on it. It'd be the best thing ever. But yeah, okay, I was saying, once again, making a parallel to the movie that shall not be named, which is far, far fucking worse. That's a hate crime. This is serviceable. This movie, it lacked that emotional core. And if they had done something like, okay, like if Jyn had viewed, the Death Star's flaw as, her father's legacy. Her father's dead. She feels like, she needs to, get this fucking plans out there.
Yeah, if they just added some paint by numbers shit like this to the movie.
Yeah, so that way,
something to grab onto.
So that way when she dies, she can have that moment of she did it. Her father's, her father's last will, blah blah blah. Really build a connection between her and her father, which is,
oh my god,
I feel it's supposed to be the emotional core of this movie.
Just speaking of will, I forgot they referred to the monk and the heavy as the guardians of the will.
Yes.
I haven't heard that phrase in years.
Yeah, isn't that from Shadow of the Mind's Eye or some shit?
From the original title when Luke submitted the script.
Yeah, Star Killer. Yeah,
the diary of what's his fuck has put down, and then the Guardians of the Will. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That was a deep pull.
Yeah, man. So yeah, once again, if this movie didn't have all the Star Wars trappings, I'd probably never watch it again. I probably wouldn't remember anything from it because it's all the Star Wars trapping shit is the things that I remember. Though if I were watching a movie that was super militaristic and dry as fuck, and then all of a sudden a black-clad space wizard started hacking guys up, I'd probably remember it for that.
Yeah. And if everybody was that cool about wizards just randomly showing up in your grimdark sci-fi, I think a lot of the original lines of Destiny would have still been in the game, and it would have been better. Because fuck all y'all, that wizard came from the moon.
Was that retconned?
Yeah, they took that line out.
Oh, wow. That was the only thing that ever made me want to play Destiny.
And then they fucking re-recorded all of Dinklage's lines.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's gay. Then didn't they like recast Dinklage?
Yeah, they did like some other guy.
That's gay. So yeah, it's not bad. It's just it's very flat, and I feel like if it wasn't for all the Star Wars, and okay, Episode 7. A lot of people are saying like, well, at least it's better than Episode 7. I'm like, okay, guys.
People really need to stop hating on that movie.
Okay, the main criticism I've heard, like, there's been a few people bitching and whining about things that'll probably be hopefully explained well in Episode 8. Because I really feel Episode 7's quality hinges on Episode 8. Depending on how Episode 8 unfolds and develops those things that were hinted at in 7.
It's a lot of setup.
Yeah. If the reveals for the setups are shit, kind of like maybe like the Future Trunks arc, then, Episode 7 will retroactively end up kind of being bad. And then I will totally agree. But I think people need to like just wait for a lot of shit to unfold. But like the other big criticism I always hear is, it just rips off, A New Hope, A New Hope, A New Hope. And okay,
complaining that Episode 7, it's just A New Hope, beat for beat, the story, that doesn't make you smart. That was the point of the goddamn movie.
Yeah, because like the whole thing. Well, first off, it goes back to Lucas's whole concept of it's like poetry. It rhymes.
See, like I think it was kind of a direct send up of that.
Yeah,
it was just like, we're making new Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
what do you want? You want the old Star Wars. We're remaking A New Hope beat for beat. It was this angry, sarcastic, we can do this. We're going to prove we can do this, and then we're going to do other shit. It wasn't
just like A New Hope. Like, it pulled elements from fucking Empire and Jedi. It was just a huge fucking love letter to the original trilogy.
Like this.
And that's what
welcome
it's meant
to
be.
Pandertown, population U.
Yeah, and like I feel like, I really feel like originality is horribly fucking overrated. Because it's that fucking thing of like, it's derivative, it's copying,
it is.
But
George
know what?
Lucas sat down with a copy of Joseph Campbell's Hero with a Thousand Faces and went, this is a script writing guide. So yeah, it's the same fucking story, because that's what Star Wars is. It is a boilerplate fucking hero's journey narrative.
Yeah. That's all they ever, like, well, I mean, God, can we call that about the prequels?
The prequels were barely cogent.
So yeah, but yeah, it is once again it was Joseph Campbell's meets fucking Flash Gordon, and so yeah, like they went back to that. I mean, fucking Star Wars. Like when you look at we look at like on a grander scale, it isn't even that much that original of a fucking story. It's big, mean, scary empire attacking the defenseless people. Unwilling hero saves princess. Takes down big fucking scary empire. That's all that fucking movie is. God damn it. Like it was really fucking entertaining and engaging. Much like Episode 7. It's just something I can't say about fucking Rogue One. It's not fucking engaging. There's no characters, there's no fucking emotion. Like I said, it's not terrible, it just exists. It's air.
I think Rogue One, if you're not gonna have like the character arcs of a regular movie, they could have done well to do what everybody complained about the prequel trilogy. They should have leaned into the politics of the Rebel Alliance more. Who are these factions? Who's got all the money? Who's got all the spaceship building potential? Who owes who a favor? Like, we're not agreeing on the assault. Why? What's going on? I want a longer council meeting. I want to see how Jyn Erso is showing up and who's using her as leverage. I'd lean into that shit. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, well, see, unfortunately, because of the prequels, people think space politics are boring. Because
those people are wrong. And they are villains.
Yeah.
And Star Trek is great.
Yes. God damn it. So, in closing, I will say, not bad. It's not bad at all. Like I said, it is there. It is there. It's completely inoffensive. Stated enough times. Hopefully you people understand. And my praisings for it are, this is Gareth Edwards' best film. It is the best prequel film. And
oh god, from now on, what about the Star Wars prequels? You mean Rogue One?
And that fucking Vader scene was baller as fuck. But Gareth Edwards is still a fucking hack, and I hope he never gets put on top of a big franchise ever again. Fuck you, Gareth Edwards.